All right, welcome back to Legends of Elder Earth. Episode past episode 46, maybe 7. In any case, I believe tonight Sora will be handling our recap.
That is correct. Last time, on the Phantoms of the Past, Phoenix would have made for a great wind rune, already flying before her best friend could ever figure it out. Alas, if only it was of her own doing. The cloak had kidnapped my friend and taken her to a place that even Mother Nature did not know of in her grove. A veil that shields and obscures this place, hidden away for Zion knows how long. But it was evident it was not a place for our mother, for she grew weakened under the strain of being in a place so rife of negative energy. But unable to let go of her mantle as protector, she pulled back the curtains to show a place that we were all taken aback by. A grand statue that even the most imposing horned figure I have ever seen, and my best friend locked in trance. It took effort, but we wrestled her out of it, only for the proverbial curtains to close shut behind us. My brother, Mother Nature, and Skellige, from what we knew at the time, were under attack and were desperately attempting to figure out what had occurred. Moments before the closure, Yiga had shown himself to warn us, showing he had some connection to this place as well. After investigating, thanks to Amrut's understanding of the deep speech language, we would have to venture inside. Some ancient being made it clear we were to see the truth before we could leave, and we were not given the luxury of time, for the slayer of the Rune Warriors, a shadow reflection of Zion, Zigyn the Zeit, was forming to come and kill us too. We have faced many strong and dangerous foes, but we knew this one was beyond us, able to easily possess any rune from a Rune Warrior fighting him, regardless if he had seen it or not. By eating the flames and falling unconscious, we would enter this trial and see the truth of our world. We ventured into what we believed to be a crypt at first, a resting place for those slain by the serial murderer now that hunts us. We were to bring flames to receptacles to open the path before us, receiving powerful boons that felt primal. We saw history, of betrayal, of creation, but it was the first betrayal that we would come to realize what we were watching. For when Amrut drank of a goblet of one of these flames, he became an unwilling actor of the first betrayal in our world. Luckily, Lewis managed to wrestle him from his stupor before Will-O-Wisp zapped everyone to death. With the lion breathing down our necks, we constantly managed to just barely evade him. Arriving to some portal, we made haste and barely managed to escape his version of the Aku Steel Wind technique. Before us, I would have never in my dizziest daydreams I would have ever expected to see, was the seats of the original beings of power, the Zions of old, the ones who molded life and served under Alpha Zion, and the one who betrayed him and began the reign of terror of the mouth that feeds, greet us in the form he originally had. He was the one who had made the Aku in his image. The best way I could brief on what he said, there's a lot of half-truths that we would have come to accept if we were not for the rival of another, the one who was the original holder of Phoenix's cloak. They gave us a task, one that gave us pause, one we could walk away from, or one we could take and change the very foundations of our world forever. Below are the final two mouthers of the original creators. Once they are defeated, the original circle of power becomes restored. All beings would become Rune Warriors, and the mouth that feeds would be gone forever. And so begin this war with the god of destruction. Such a choice ahead of us. We decided amongst ourselves if we were going to take this responsibility. Many questions and what ifs, but many viewed this as destiny for us to seize. We began the beginning of the new world by surrendering most of our life force into the runestones, which released us from our chains. Amrut becoming fully disconnected from Terma and the Brotherhood's influence. The power of the artifacts that Phoenix and I had their curses lifted and her darkling disease cured. For Lewis, the corruption of Tyrandrum was gone, cast from his body. Which unfortunately caused an immediate problem we had to see to. For he wasn't destroyed, but cast away, where his hatred and poison is now directed at the City of Tears. We had to quickly mount a defense to protect our home, so putting the end of the world on hold for now, we all leave. But not before Sora would make another promise. During one of the times Zabi is reaching for his apples, he would notice a small parchment on his seat. If he ever found that curiosity get a hold of him and he looks, he finds that Sora made him something, as one of the first followers of Zabimaru. Depicted above is son Sora's symbol for Zabimaru of the New Age, with the slogan, "True freedom is when it is shared." And these are our ideals that we live by. Live your life by true freedom, by bringing it to others. Treat your enemy as your friend. Forgiveness is a powerful weapon. Strength in community, chosen or blood. Our alignments tend to be chaotic good. The sayings of the followers of the original Zabimaru: embrace every opening, let the possibilities unfold. Seize all chances and greatness will follow. With every moment, shape your destiny.
Excellent. D2 plus 1, you know, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
This is a cool story, you guys.
All right. So we picked up with all of you being spit out of the special sanctum of the Greater. Where you land, you've yet to discover, but you will soon. A beam of fire spews onto the center of where the stairs once were, repelling the darkness and removing the mountains that once blocked your path. Standing strong within the foundation as soon as it opens up, Sakura, Skelica, Dendo, and the Wyvern. As the fire disappears, you all briefly appear like burning people. It wraps around and wraps around your body as though it was your skin. But you feel no pain as it disappears, followed by smoke as though it burnt you, though there was no heat. Sakura looks down at all of you, her eyes widen. What happened?
There is much to explain, but little time. We must leave quickly or Ziggin will be upon us.
Digging the Zeit?
The very same.
Looks down to her Wyvern. Fate is a strange thing. I've hunted him for many years. And the first time I would find him, I must retreat.
There is much more to explain that deserves the time, but there are many people to warn. As she kind of climbs up, she says, Tyrandrum is back and heads for the City of Tears.
I see. First things first. And she sees you guys are all like super beat up in the 8th level. 8th level of mass cure wounds. Alright, what do we get at 8th level? HD 6, HD 8. So it's alright, so it's 68 plus your spellcasting modifier. Alright, you guys all get 34 hit points back.
Much needed.
You see her lift up her Solaris scepter and a beam of light just raise over all of you, regenerating most of your wounds. Before she follows up with the same exact spell, but at wait, I don't think I did. Yeah, at 7th level for an additional 28.
Oof.
Oh my god.
So we take all of that? Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh.
she casts at 8th level and 7th level master wounds.
Well,
That's
well, this
about
is back to
all.
normal.
That's about all I've got left in my tank. I knew something powerful was pursuing you, and I called down my winds. Stop it. It's an unfortunate day when we must retreat back to the glam. And you folks, I don't know how we'll get there in time. It's days away.
Sora looks
Here,
to Lewis.
You hear, well, I don't know if you would hear, but Judith is kind of hanging in the background, and she just uses she uses her quill and starts writing in the air, and just says, "Tyrandrum is coming to attack now. Retreat and keep everyone safe." And I send that to Aria.
As Sakura mentions not really knowing how we're going to be able to get back, Lewis looks down at the ring that's on his finger. We set up a portal a while back. It should be able to transport us all back over to the City of Tears. Unfortunately, that would also mean that we might need to drag you along if needed.
Only those bound to the settlement, if it's the one that I sent you. You and your friends will be the only ones you can take with you.
Right. Won't have much time to repair, but it's the best we got right now.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you use sending, right, Judith?
Yeah.
Okay, and they get a, what, 24 character response or something? 25 or something?
25, yeah.
And I suppose you hear something very rushed, hurried. He's already here. I don't know what happened. We're doing the best we can. Send help if you can.
Shit, I just cut for when everyone else is talking and is saying, "We have to go now, he's there."
Crap.
Ah,
Alright. Thank you for your hospitality, Mother Nature, but we got things to take care of.
we'll be back for training, we promise. Just have an angry lizard to wrangle.
Alright. Let's hope this thing works. As Lewis just puts 2 fingers against the ring and twist it as trying to get as much of the magical energy just disperse outwards and start teleporting us back.
Do we hold hands or something?
I'm not fully sure on this.
Sora will hold
I'm just gonna-
Phoenix's and
I'm
Lewis's
just-
hand.
I'm just gonna grab Amrit and Dando's hands. Why not?
No
Yep,
smiles.
just
Well, that's probably the first time he's ever held the hands of a girl.
He looks at you, Judith, and he goes, "Oh, shit, I didn't know it was like that."
Shut up.
Shut up.
Judith, do you want to swap places with Jenkins?
No, it's okay.
All right. The energy forms around you, this massive circle. It traces into the ground and starts to draw, and it looks like the symbol of a dragon with a single tear running down its eyes. Its face split in half. Cracks of light spew onto you. The process takes about a minute. And as you all disappear, unfortunately, just like why Sakura can't come, Daniel's like, hell yeah, I can't wait. And you all disappear, and Daniel's still here.
Oh no!
And you don't hear him, and he just goes, oh, come on!
I swear I was holding on to him. I swear.
Oh, I know you were.
Oh.
So they take off flying, and you guys arrive, spewing down onto kind of like Infinity War teleporting in about the explosive force, since it doesn't want you to destroy everywhere you go. As you slam down into the facility, you can see in the distance Tyrandrum. He's slaughtering soldiers, he's slaughtering wyverns, and he's just managed to put down a mostly bones godbrand on the floor. Phoenix, you could see your cousin on a wyvern fly onto and bite Tyrandrum's back for pulling a bow out and shooting into its many crevices. He's bleeding heavily and his wyvern is nearly dead. Maria's on the floor doing her best she can to keep everybody alive. The rest of you enter the scene that you're about.
Pass.
Oh yeah, send the updated token, Falcon. So whenever you have time.
We take a 10-minute break.
Sounds good.
All
We can say that
right.
it's taken a second for the stone to fully remove all of the taint left in his tissue.
Sure. You already know it. Get initiative.
Oh shit. Okay. Fuck. Godbrand is down. Lewis seeing Tyrandrum just wrecking havoc. Well, looks like things are gonna pick up real quick. And bonus action to try to summon Sunblight. I don't know how that's gonna work considering that the reason why he has access to the Shadow Rune is Tyrandrum.
Yeah.
So does it summon?
Yeah, it looks different though. Like it has less of that purple corruption and more of your family heritage honing silver. But as your blade lights up, you see Tyrandrum turn and look to you. Ah, the little mouse has come.
Glad to see you too. And he just starts bolting his way forward. Full action dash, I'll say. Just to get right. Actually, where was I? I was down here. I'm gonna try to get a little bit further away from Maria, so that way Flame Breath or something doesn't screw us over. Just like trying to jump over the remains of Godbrand's body. That's just like a slightly pained expression is across his face, but just shakes it off and looks toward Tyrandrum. That's all I got.
All right, Judith, before you go, Tyrandrum lifts up his claws and swipes at Rune Oof. The claws cut across to his chest for 15 slashing and 7 acid.
That motherfucker.
You will not hurt my kitty.
My cat. You have too many pets.
You see, Oof lets out a roar as his chest splinters open and blood spews out like he just turned on the shower head. He drops down to a knee and he just goes, I'm on a secret mission. He's trying to fight. It's your turn.
Oh my god, I'm going to... Jesus. God damn it. That changes things, buddy. He's 100 feet away from me. Okay. I'm going to... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. First off, I have to do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? And that is, I'm going to. I'm just gonna bonus action take a photo, obviously. Because this is gonna be pretty sick. It's gonna be a video because this is the kind of shit you want to remember, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell to Uth and say, and then I'm going to think back to my lady, Far Inferna, and for the first time in a long time, give a firebolt. Let's go.
Neds.
EOT.
Oh, sorry. Is there a legendary before I go?
Where is he? Yep, he's gonna take one because he's gonna get them all back when you end your turn. He takes one more. He whips his tail up and it tries to strike Pascal with it. 19 does hit him. He's wearing plate. 25 bludgeoning and 5 acid. You see Pascal get tossed into a tree as he looks up at you, Phoenix. He pulls back the longbow and shoots Tyrandrum in the back of the head some more, and he gets slapped, spinning around.
He is too far away for a feather fall, isn't he?
What's the? I don't remember the distance of it is.
That's what I'm trying to find it on my spell sheet here. Oh, there it is. 60 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too far.
Okay, when he hits the tree, just a loud thump. He looks like he's dead. He might not be dead. Take your turn.
Phoenix turns around and activates the heroism module that is within Jenkins and tells him to get in there and help. And so he's going to dash. He's got 40 feet, so 80. And Phoenix is going to start flying with her cloak. She's got to go check on Paz. She cannot get all the way there this time, though.
Okay.
EOT.
Are you just Superman flying?
I'm sorry?
You said he flew over there?
Yeah, Phoenix is flying with the cloak.
First time you guys see her like truly take off or something, he just swoosh speed over there.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if she realizes she's doing it, because she didn't do it consciously the last time anyway. She was kind of a passenger on it, so she might even be surprising herself that she doesn't realize that yet, because all she's got is Paz on the mind.
Tyrandrum looks down at you, Lewis. And now you get to witness the death of all that you love. And yeah,
Not gonna happen in time. Not my watch.
you see him take the wyvern on his back, turn his head around because it's so long all the way, and he just blows his breath weapon right into the wyvern for your dexterity saving throw. Quick. All right, the wyvern gets a 17 and fails the dexterity saving throw. It takes 81 necrotic damage. He erodes him into nothing, and when he does, he also, after he's done breathing his massive breath weapon, it's about a 60-foot line directly at the creature, just spews right through its chest. The explosion on the wyvern, he inhales the scent of death and the life forces, and absorbing his body and gaining some type of like skeletal, almost plate-like armor. He's now donning his armor of death. After he does his breath weapon, though, he also goes to swing his tail at Oof, but Durgan swings and beats onto his shield, getting his attention. A tail attack towards Durgan. A 20 will hit Durgan, which is Durgan's exact AC. 18 plus 2 from shield. Durgan takes 27 bludgeoning and 5 acid, leaving Durgan down to exactly 1 hit point since he had 33. The dragon then leaps. Right next to you, looking like you're within his melee range, Lewis. He just kind of flexes the difference in size. Little mouse. You're up, Aria.
Really glad you all got here. She is going to summon a face spirit. Because the more bodies on the field to take a beating. Sorry, I wasn't ready here. I totally should have been. She is going to back up.
This one or the other one?
Yeah, that one for sure.
Right.
Spirit is going to move in and try to do what it can to help.
Does it have 30 hit points, or because Aria leveled up when the party did? Or is there more now?
It would be more, but I did not level Aria up. Her page still says 6, so I will work on that.
Going to stab Tyrandrum.
Fantastic.
When he gets stabbed, Tyrandrum's body seems to have this spiral of like tiny little particles of dark chaotic crystals and lightning spewing about. You take 14 force damage.
Oh, wow.
Or your spirit does, rather.
Oh.
I was going to say he hits again, but that might down him. Well, you know what?
He hits again for sure. Okay, you see that you're able to beat down his armor. You don't think you hit any of his actual health, but you're able to cut through his armor effectively, and he only has a tiny bit of his armor of death left. But you do, unfortunately, get pinged again for his chaos matter, so there's another 14 force damage.
All right, he is still up the spirit is still up at his current level. I will double check once my turn's done here, but as a bonus action, Aria is going to put Hex on him. And then EOT.
Ruin move. All right, it's my time to shine. And he moves up. Camera follows him because he's the main character. Look into my eye. And he, let me see if he has his song back, because he had already used his Room B song. Not. He goes in for a bite and 2 claws. The bite misses, the claw misses, and then finally another claw hits, and he shatters the rest of his armor of death. And you see the plate just disappear, and Tyrandrum take 2 to his health. And he just smiles and he goes, "Yeah, I'm bad. I'm badass." And as he says he's badass, the Chaos Matter strikes him for 13 force, sending him flying back and knocking him unconscious or potentially dead. Takes 13 force and he had 8 hit points. Thor, you're up.
Okay, just checking a couple things real quick. Sora is going to begin moving up to her movement as she will start getting into position. She will expend 2 key points as an action as when she's running, she plucks one of the hairs off of her head and blows on it, where this cloud kind of appears ahead of her, where she hits into it, and it's just this plume of smoke that begins running until she reappears along with many of her copies, as she will use Primal Army and will use her bonus action to get onto her staff as she looks up to Tyrandrum. What would she say? What would she say? So in Draconic, she would shout at the dragon, "You know cycles are violent and unneeded. Why do you continue to try and perpetuate this cycle of violence?"
He looks down at you. Another insect.
Then it's time for you to see that not every creature smaller than you is an insect. And insects are okay too, they're actually pretty cool, EOT.
Already.
Before you go, Tyrandrum, take a legendary action. He is going to be here. He's going to use his wing attack. Each creature within 10 feet of the dragon must succeed on a DC 21 dexterity saving throw.
Let's say. Wait,
Oh,
21?
what?
Holy shit!
Jenkins, Durgan, Spirit, and Lewis.
Well, bop. Oh shit!
Oh my...
Yeah, it's thematic.
Just barely as Wait, what is he doing again?
He's
Wait.
beating his wings. He's about to fly.
I might
Okay.
use Flash of Genius if I can reach. I have to double check.
As the wind just like beats down on Lewis, he just grips the gale shield as wind starts to just like encapsulate along his body, and using the resulting gust, tightens his grip on Sunblight as he swings forward, and the flames from it seem to almost like repel the wind around him.
Go fly. We also need one for your spirit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There is damage, but since it's all or nothing, you might not take it.
Shit!
So yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So your spirit stands strong. Let's do Durgan now. Come on, Durgan, you animated knight. Durgan fails. Alright, so if a creature fails, they take 14 bludgeoning only if you fail, or nothing on success, and you're knocked prone.
I'm
Right.
sorry. How much bludgeoning?
14 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then you are knocked prone, and the dragon can then fly up to half his speed. If you're knocked prone, he cannot take an opportunity, but the spirit can, as he flies up to half his speed, and he will land right here, just jumping over you two.
Any damage from a success?
No,
Got it. All or nothing.
it's an all or nothing. You get ideally he blows you away. You slam on the ground and stuff. He lands right here. He spins and looks at you. His head wrapped like a few inches away from your face. As he looks down onto you, Lewis, he just tells you, "Oh, to consume you. How poetic! I was in your body, and soon you will literally be in." His tongue, saliva spitting onto you.
You were already taken down once, and you a hell of a lot weaker than you were before.
The difference between me and you, I get stronger with age, old man.
Already, Amrit will run across here. Actually, as he does, he'll start drawing the bow, and he'll like Naruto style like bite his thumb. And as he's like drawing, he'll like run his thumb across the bow and put his crimson right on it, and take his first shot.
Oh,
All right, there's a miss and one more.
His wings are too strong as your blow comes flying in. The current of the wind just knocks it off course.
Shit. Ooh, that's a good roll for that. Anyway. that is my turn for now.
Hey, cool. Another complication occurs. You hear behind you, Emmerich, these trees are beginning to crack. You can see Sky Knights with their legs broken. Well, one of them has their spine broken, the legs, and the other one. They're unable to move as these trees begin to fall. They're about to fall onto the Sky Knights.
Shit.
All right, Durgan is up. Durgan looks. And even though you're here, Lewis, not processing everything immediately, still going to who was temporarily put in charge. Caretaker, orders.
God, I'm sorry. Player is still trying to level up Aria.
Yo, dragon. All right.
I'm so sorry.
Good. All right, so the animated knight comes charging in, swings his blade with all of his might, discarding his shield to the winds. Ah! Fortunately, dragon's thick hide is just far too much. These measly blade pierce. Pascal gets the same rule any important NPC gets. A single death save to decide whether they live or they die.
Go ahead and take one of my inspirations.
All right, I roll 2d20 for him, taking the higher. Oh,
Thank God I did that.
Thank you so much.
I felt it in my bones.
Yes. He is stable. As you can see, his body turns like he's tangled up in a tree, and you see his body turn to you. He opens his eyes a little bit before closing them and letting out some air from his mouth. You can tell he's still breathing, but it's faint. He is stable for now. Lewis. Tyrandrum is going to use his final legendary. He made a point to wait till your turn. As you're about to take action against you, a set of claws try to scrape your face. Let's return that scar to its former glory. A 30 does hit.
Yeah, 100%.
That's not even a question.
14 slashing and 8 acid.
14, 8, so that's 22. As it just like slashes across his face, but as his blood starts to just like spill outwards, it starts to almost like instantly vaporize within the air into mist before Lewis grips the Badger Shield, activating it. As a giant gust of wind and Gale's apparition appears to go for the stabs. Where is it? There it is. And it is now a DC 17 with the boost.
Is there a size limit on the text? Or?
I do not believe so. Let me drop it. I also need to adjust the DC on that attack macro.
Yeah, what's the DC now?
DC 17.
17, okay.
And this was as a legendary just before Lewis's
Action, right?
Okay. So he gets his reaction back, start a turn.
Yeah. Oh, I don't see any size restriction. All right, so you blast this creature. You see Tyrandrum doesn't seem bothered by it.
Understandably, as Lewis just lets out a battle cry as he goes for his first swing against him. Let's hope. Actually, before that, bonus action as he just like focuses on the flame rune and his eye just shifts over to almost like a clock as before him within the flames he could just see the various actions that Tyrandrum might take, the various paths that could potentially yield to results, but nothing is certain in this world. But it's better than nothing. Good old Pyro Eyes activate. For the next 10 minutes, add proficiency to performance, increased movement, and a little bit of thorn damage with fire. Alright, let's start making attacks. First swing. Bap. 25.
25 connects.
Alright, as it just slashes across bottom scales around where his chest is. But with Tyrandrum being as big a foe as he is, it's gonna take a second.
And also, you see that he resists the slice.
Alright. And as the slash goes across his chest, using the small amount of an opening within his armor as possible, Lewis grips the handle of Sunblight as the almost like red and orange flames from it spew out and trace onto the opening. I am going to replace one of my attacks for a charge of the Sunblight's Blight. Actually, double checking the wording for Sunblight, does that replace an entire attack or just one of the attacks?
Well, let's see what it says. Yeah, you would forgo the attack action to cast a spell action.
Okay, so it just straight up replaces your entire attack action.
Yeah.
Got it. In that case, that was one of the attacks, so it'd just be another slash then.
You did take 7 force from this chaos.
Yep, already accounted for.
28.
15 damage, so he takes... Okay, yep.
Okay,
He takes
Right, he's
7,
necroimmune.
and then you take... Yeah, he's necroimmune, so it's resistance from. And then you take another 8 force damage.
got it.
You guys are taking like even blows again. Your attacks and his chaos matter are doing even damage to each other.
Mm-hmm. Let me double check the wording for Pyrolyze, actually. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he has to attack me in order for it to go off. Good to note. Do I want to action surge immediately? Yeah, at this point, I think it's better to keep attention on me than everybody else. Action surge, and he's going to activate Sunblight.
Blight!
Let's go! Bah! Why'd that not go off?
Give it a second.
Dang
Dang it, roll
Maybe-
20!
This is like when the TV show rolls commercials right before you do the blast.
There
There
it
we
is.
go.
Alright, excellent.
Double check the DC.
Still a good amount of damage, though.
It is, yeah.
I gotta do a consolante save. Oh, I get a nat 20 on my save.
Oh, shit.
So I'll
That's
bring
not
it
good.
down to 13, which is then brought down to a 6.
Ugh. Alright. With that, that's all I got. Try to get to the... There we go.
He looks at you and goes, "You haven't even begun. You're already shaking." Judy.
Good to go? Okay. Judith is going to start running forward, passing right by Amrit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yep. She's going to reach down with her notebook and she's gonna write. Where'd he go? The one-eyed tiger made an epic comeback, and with that, he was granted a full tactical retreat. Uth, get out of here! And I'm gonna bonus action healing word first level. So 8 for Uth. Then I'm gonna pull out the gun. Let it rest on my hip like Ripley, and bam!
The radiant energy spews forward, and you catch the tension briefly as he moves his neck to dodge. You kind of go in between Lewis and his conversation, so you kind of like just right in the middle. He has to back up.
I hit the gun a couple times, like, God dang it. Make him. I don't know how to say this in game words, but I'm like, make him use his saves. Yeah,
What?
I don't know what to say.
Force out his resilience.
Yeah, there it is. Force out his resilience.
There we go.
Got it.
Sorry, God had to tell me a quick whisper.
You're good to go, Phoenix. You didn't have legendaries until your turns.
Alright, she is going to finish making her way over to her cousin to look him over and make sure he's doing alright. Since she thinks she feels a brief little bit of breath from his nose, she's going to do her shadow heal. So Pascal heals for 12. She takes 6. And she's going to take his hand in hers. Together. You taught me how to shoot. Let's do it together. And she is going to turn around and take, well, no, because that's an action. Well, she's going to take aim. She's just not going to shoot this turn.
Excellent.
Bonus action is telling Jenkins what to do. Jenkins, help Lewis! You're probably not paying any attention, Lewis, because you have your eyes busy right now with Tyrandrum. But
Yeah.
Jenkins opens up a flap on his arm and pulls out the medical gun that Phoenix had instilled in him. So he is going to pull up the medical gun, tap it to you, 2d8. Rolls, jeez. Alright,
It's
well you
something.
got 6.
Thanks.
And then he's going to position himself just so he can hopefully distract the dragon.
Tyrandrum looks down on the battlefield. Not get his breath up back, thank the heavens.
Oh,
Heavens, scary boy. You see him, he slams his tail onto the floor like he's whipping something. Then he's used it up real quick. And he's going to tail attack 3 times. And to go Thora, Durgan, Lewis. Definitely spin.
Okay.
When it goes to hit Lewis, Jenkins will distract it.
oh,
So this will be at me at disadvantage.
A natural 1 against you.
hey.
Just completely pull vaulting over the tail as the other clones kind of flatten on the ground, and then catch Sora as she comes back down.
All right. Gurgen gets slammed in his stomach, and you see its armor just clatters everywhere.
Oh.
The API, it looks like it's not checking that he's down. There we go. Okay. And then unfortunately, Lewis, even with disadvantage, it's still a 26.
Yes,
not
that is.
as lucky as Sora. The tail swipe hits you in your stomach for 31 bludgeoning and 1 acid.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, that's enough to knock me down, but at least good old Pyro Eye will reflect a little bit of damage as small flames just shoot out of his eye like magic missiles and just like try to trace onto him. Just the 3. And Lewis is downed.
As you fall down to the floor, Tyrandrum roars like Jurassic Park style, just triumphant, feeling powerful, feeling strong. Who needs such a weak host? He looks around the battlefield for a better one. Ah, yes. And you see him lock eyes with Korea. The only one who could dispel me from you. Perhaps I should take that power for my own.
Overgrown lizard, you were not invited. She is going to throw a firebolt at him. Ugh.
Come on.
Oh,
Phoenix is still too far away to help. Sarah at 60 feet. Is Lewis within 60 feet? Okay, so she missed a firebolt at Tyrandrum, but that's because she was distracting him. For her bonus action, she's actually gonna do a healing light for Lewis to get him back up. D6. Okay, so let's do 3 of them. Oh,
That's a
plus
hefty
her
one.
charisma, so 18 total.
Nice. Oh.
But yeah. She is going to shout out. We don't need more loss of life today, but if you've got it, get in there, fellas.
Oof looks at Judith. You want me to retreat?
I just have my hand out like, yes! Save the others if you can! But be safe, goddammit.
It looks down at his hands. These hands were meant out. But he also sees the tree begin to crack behind you. Ugh. He gets down on all four and starts running towards you. Being 80 feet on a dash. Getting nearly up to the tree.
Nice.
When he passes by you, thanks. You see the emerald looking at them. I got them.
Got it.
So before you go, he's going to go ahead and test another one of your illusions.
Okay. Let us see. Clicky, clicky, clicky. There we go. All right, it will attack the illusion.
He swipes, let's see if it hits the illusion. I know there's still like a small chance to miss the illusion, right?
Yeah, I think it's a. They have an AC of 14.
Okay. He just slices right through one of the illusions, thinking he got you, cutting off your head. Seeing you still there. Your turn.
She blows a raspberry at him, and seeing that Lewis is on the ground and she needs to be the one to get the big bad's attention. She does a series of these hops and gets around Tyrandrum's legs and is just launching a series of attacks. And we'll launch our first attack at advantage with our staff. Okay, second attack. Alright, bonus action, try and spend a key point for Flurry of Blows. Alright, and finally,
There we go.
might as well try and do what you said and spend a key point for a stunning strike on this attack.
It barely phases him. He didn't even realize you tried to stun him.
Okay,
Oh, man.
using the remainder of my movement to get there, and we'll hold
Before
on.
you do that, don't forget you taking 9 force damage.
Okay.
But you do manage to crack one of his scales.
Alright, he is a tough cookie to crack, but that is okay. That's EOT for Sora.
Excellent. Before you go, Emerald, you got the spear coming in.
Yep.
Just the usual sword. It's once.
First one misses, second one connects for 16 damage. And you take, let's see here, you take 13 force.
And he fades away from existence.
Tyrandrum's wings begin to slump down a little bit, and he starts to realize how injured he is. It's been ages since I have fought. Right. He thinks he would never admit that out loud. Emerald, you're up.
Seeing as Wiki State, I'm gonna aim for any cracks I see on his armor. With the Centaur's hunting bow. Go!
Oh,
Yes. Second one?
oh. What's that?
What's going on with your profile pic?
What do you mean?
Oh God! I just realized.
Still noticed that, yeah.
I don't know.
That's concerning.
Oh, it's gone, guys. Don't worry. He's gonna get to the top of the fountain and just aim back again. About to draw another one.
Okay, you shoot twice. Tyrandrum's still just evading you with his massive defenses. Animated armor gets 1 death save, or Durgan's out of a job. You're stable, unconscious but stable. Stable! Before Pascal goes, you see he's gonna use another legendary action. And he spins around, slamming into Jenkins. A tail attack hitting Jenkins for 17 bludgeoning and 3 acid. And then Pascal looks at you and he spits up a big pile of blood. The bramble. He gets onto his feet, lifts his weapon up. Starts to shoot a few times. 18 to 17, respectable against most enemies, but the dragon's AC, if you haven't figured out yet, is 20. They fly, and you see he's seeing 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, sorry, new thing. Flash of genius. As Paz's arrow is going the right direction, but not quite, she will shoot off an arrow to add 4 to the 18 to make it hit at least once.
Does Flash Genius add to attack rolls?
Oh, ability check or saving throw. Never mind. No, she doesn't. Thank you.
No worries, sorry.
Oh, you're right.
All right, the attacks go flying at him, but in the fiction, we'll say you did that, and he swipes it away with his wings as you're about to hit his heart. Because it's cool. Louise.
Well, I forgot I was throwing you freaking hurt. Gets back to his feet. Right. And as he just gets back to his knees, he notices the fallen body of Godbrand. You know, she once said that you used to serve the Newell family. The hell the Hollow King do to you in order to actually go on this rampage of yours?
He looks at you. Yet you survive.
Didn't think it'd be that easy to get to talk. As he just steps forward and stabs Sunblight into the ground as the flames just erupt outwards, trying to consume him. Using my entire action to cast Blight. Bap! That's a bit better.
Are you gonna blight him again? How many times can you blight?
I got a total of 3. I've used 1 already.
So
Well,
you
2
blight
now.
him. You don't have to. No, you don't have to do into that. Okay. All right. So it's just 36. Let's see. Con save makes it. Brings it down to 18, then down to 9.
Still something.
Oh yeah, it's always something's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any more bonus actions, so that's the best I could do. EOT.
Have you already
Back.
second winded?
I've used both my second winds back at the
Yeah, before we got it.
primal.
Domain.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was
Really
really
unlucky.
could have known though.
Judith, before you go, he is going to beat his wings to fly again and get a strength saving throw from everybody within 10 feet of him.
Got
I
it. Let's go.
will use another point of inspiration, and here we go.
Might be a good idea to use one on my side too.
Nice, sorry, you made it.
Yay!
That's good.
Strength save, right?
Yeah. And his
Got it.
wings try to blow you away.
Oh,
Inspel was needed.
okay.
Oh, it was
Did
a dex.
Jenkins make it?
It was a dexterity save, not a strength save.
Oh,
Crap.
it
What's
would
the
have been
difference?
higher.
15 from
Oh,
Jenkins then.
it is dramatically lower on my side.
That would have been a
minus
25 then.
7. 16?
No, it's not gonna cut it. And
Damn.
yeah, sorry, you would have been higher. But yeah, I opened up a sheet to ping the damage, and I saw it was dex. And I also remember you getting a nat 20. It was only 21. I was like, did I do something wrong? And yeah, it was dex. Yeah. So you take 15 bludgeoning from the wind, and you're knocked prone. Jenkins the same, 15 and knocked prone. Sora, you're able to evade. Just kind of use the wind to spin around on your staff, which allows you to take an opportunity attack, but not the others, as he flies over to Aria. I look forward to my new host.
Jesus.
Judith, you're up.
Okay. This guy is fucking with all of my friends here. So I'm going to look over to Amrut. I see that he's missing a lot, but I'll just look to him and say, "Hey, just take a breath. You'll be okay." And I'm gonna give you a Bardic of Inspiration as a bonus action.
Thank you.
Then I'm going to start running up. I'm feeling reckless. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to come right up just so I can maybe save Aria a little bit. And as I go, I'm just going to reach over with my hand and I'm going to grab her on her shoulder, just using her to think and to focus. And then I'm going to my eyes are going to close. I'm like, ugh. Get out of here! And I open my eyes and I cast this. Judith's Light Lance.
Let's go!
That's new, my dear.
Oh, it's not a lot. I thought it'd be on it.
It's something.
Here's something.
With me.
And possibly incapacitate. We'll have to see.
He does make it naturally, no save. No legendary. So you spice into his mind for 8 damage.
It's okay. Now he's right in my range of my gun.
He's about to move
All
and
right.
put a gun up to him. Don't move, motherfucker.
Yeah. I do blink. Anyways, okay. Where's the EOT button? Right here.
Love that gift, though.
Yeah.
Phoenix, before you go, Tyrandrum. How many have I taken? I think I took 3, actually. Yeah, you're good to go.
Shoot. Ooh, man, she's usually on fire. Not tonight.
Same thing, his wings are just beating too hard that the arrow's just losing its trajectory.
She needs a whole minute to work on Jenkins, so he's down. I'm afraid that's all she's got right now.
Now, what will your friends do? In order to get to me, they'll have to go through you. He opens his mouth up, and this energy exchange occurs where Ria's mouth shoots out energy, and they meet in the middle, and they start to dance and swell and fuse. Need 3 Constitution saving throw. You gotta pass 2 out of 3.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh no.
Phoenix
can have at
has
least one
one
of mine.
inspiration. Can I use?
Yeah.
Can I use my other character's
Whatever
inspiration?
whatever you guys have, if you want to spend it here, it's always up to you.
You
I
can
got
take my
nothing.
last one.
All right, let's try this first one here. Oh, thank
Excellent.
God.
1 success. Let me check
There
the
you go.
DC. I think the DC might be 21, just like his fly.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm using his Constitution stat. It's 20. You're good. Oh,
Oh, thank God.
you
That's
repel him.
hell yeah.
You repel him as he tries to. He was literally about to take you over the same way he used to have Lewis and just be in your body.
The purest of souls.
I hate to tell you, but my heart's already taken. Let's purify him.
Oh, Dave.
Oh shit.
Let's
He
go.
looks at you and he goes, "You're stronger than I." But before you purify him,
Yeah.
he is to make it's still his turn. He's gotta make one more attack.
Oh yeah.
But we will get to that. He's going to swipe in anger since he wants your body. In anger, he is going to use his tail to slam into Judith.
Oh. Oh, okay.
22 against Judith.
Definitely hits.
Or 17 bludgeoning, 3 acid. And then as he slams into Judith, that's when you purify him. What do I gotta do? Con save, okay. You see, he makes the con save, but still takes half your damaging. What is half of that? I'm dumb right now. 19? Yeah. Yeah, 19. Okay.
A real smart player is dumb. Dragon definitely has ways of seeing her besides his eyes, right?
That's ways of what?
The dragon has ways to see her besides his eyes. I'm trying to decide if she goes invisible or not.
You know that most dragons have blind or
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, so then we are going to bonus action Misty Step.
But you notice, by the way, after you purified him, you think if he failed his save, you would have defeated him.
We'll have to try again, but for right now, she's going to reappear on a different spot. You might want to retreat, Judith.
Judith looks like, wait, what the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Bruno, not on my watch. Dexterity save to see if he rescues this guy or gets crushed under the tree with the soldier. Yeah, baby. He slides out. The trees fall down and slam in the middle with the dark purplish fires burning. He looks at the skyline and goes, "Sorry, this city still needs you." And then he sees the other guys, "Oh shit." Just pulls him back more casually as this tree falls down. He picks them both up under his arms and looks at Judith and just goes, "You knew about this. That's why you gave me the secret mission." Of course, you can't hear him because you're next to a dragon that's roaring fires and crumbling. But he just keeps talking to you. The moment you laid eyes on me, you knew it, didn't you, Judith? Say something. Say something, my lady. And
You just hear me get hit going,
"Ah, my lady." He tries to take the people out. Okay, before you go, speaking of getting hit, he is going to try to defeat you so he can pursue Aria. He has one more tail attack coming your way.
who, me?
Yeah. Well, you're the only one in range right now.
I know, because he knows I'm dangerous.
Yeah, he's super dangerous.
AC's 14.
She's 14, oh geez. Alright, 27 connects.
Definitely.
23 bludgeoning, 4 acid.
Great.
Oh.
Great. So that's 23, 24, 26 total?
Yeah.
Ooh, I have 25 hit points, but guess what, motherfucker?
Oh.
I teleport and I appear right next to where I was. And I, so from 26, 20, I'm level 7 now. So I take 12 damage instead. And
Oh.
I just teleport right next to him like, "Ah, that's all you got? Your skin's looking worse than Lewis's. You should start moisturizing too."
Sorry, you're gonna go.
All right. Sora runs up, but as she does, her she's like drawing as she goes. Like there's little symbols and the marks of the Yaku going from where she was until she lands here. As the artistic armament's main brush begins to glow, and it begins cycling through all the colors of the spectrum. Let us see what you think of this insect when you've tasted the brush of creation. And she will expend all of her charges on the artistic armament to cast complete canvas. I'll need a 60-foot cone. As I'll cast prismatic spray.
Instead of grabbing that, I'm just gonna assume you do hit your target.
There's
I
only
do.
one person.
But-
My bad.
Eat the cone. No, you don't, bitch.
So number 3. The target takes 10d6 lightning damage or half on a success.
10d6 lightning damage. Yo.
Lego.
47 lightning, and he owes me a DC 15. What was it? Dex, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
All right, so he does make it, but not of his own strength. The legendaries, which by the way, he's been fighting for a while. He only had one legendary left, and that is just now it's gone.
All right. It's
as
23.
As you do that, you see that his undead resilience, like what zombies have, seems to kick in,
Okay.
and he's brought down to a single hit point.
Essentially, when Sora does this, she is rapidly moving in his space around him, slashing these singular lines that not just they become singular, but then they become jagged and then branch as almost in one motion she draws these lightning bolts in the air that become real and then strike him at all angles. But adding insult to injury, all over him are these yellow markings and symbols. But across his wingspan, when he outstretches to look, says "Stupid Dragon."
Okay. What's the save on your brush?
15.
15. Okay.
Based on we talked, it was my rune DC,
Okay.
and that will be it for Sora.
And you did 23 damage. So some shit just changed, okay? So undead fortitude requires me to make a con save.
It does.
5 plus the damage rolled, which in this case is 23. Fail that.
Oh shit!
He becomes a sentient painting.
You just turned Tyrandrum into a painting.
That is amazing.
God, that's awesome.
Maria knows exactly where that's going.
So as the lightning branches just impact all around Tyrandrum, it's almost as if it forms this box as he is shocked and shrunk and down, down, down until he's flat as paper and falls to the ground in a clatter as he is a great canvas of the old Tyrandrum.
It includes a frame. It's got a frame and everything.
It does.
It even has a stand. It just perfectly stands there, pointed towards you and Judith. And he goes, "What? What is it?" And the image goes still as he's planted perfectly in the photo. That ends this fight as all of you catch your breath.
Emmer's like holding his bow towards it, like, is this a temporary thing or?
And you'll get your answer in a 10-minute break.
Wow.
Oh my god, I turned Tyrandrum into a painting.
Yes.
That is so
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah, Lord.
So
What's
funny.
the size of this? Like, what's the frame?
It's a large size painting, so something you'd see in a museum, really huge. But all right, I'm going to cue us to the break screen. We'll be right back, folks.
There we go.
right, welcome back to the session. Yes, when you left, you heard it correct. An ancient dragon, rusty ancient dragon. Now, a rusty ancient dragon painting, photo, or whatever. In any case, as you all catch your breath and look around at the destruction he weaved, you're left with a masterpiece. As Sora, you're staring at one of the most epic paintings. It's hard to say beautiful, but there is something beautiful about it. Certainly an epic painting of this dark dragon.
I only have one question for you. I bet you're feeling really stupid right now.
Is that a question or a statement?
Yes.
Do you feel stupid?
It says no, but you don't need insight to know.
Ah. Well, your treasury is about to get a little more expensive there, Lewis.
Good to note. As he's just like knocked out, just like exhausted on the ground.
Sora's
So-
going to crouch down and just touch Goldbrand's head. You in there?
Yes, my body was defeated, but I'm still alive in a sense. I am the property. Fortunately, in this boned state, I'm nowhere near as powerful as I once was.
Don't worry. You did what you could.
Of course. Let the credit be said. I brought him weak enough for you to defeat him.
Yeah, thank you.
After Aria's done telling the guards to check the bodies for survivors and to start cleaning the place up, she will approach everybody else.
It is guarded by 5 exhaustations. I literally can't even move.
There's gotta be somebody there that can do something.
The guy with 3 exhaustion goes, guess I'm still on clock. Starts walking. Limping away. But there are other basic guards and soldiers and more people coming, and he relays the message.
Well, Lewis, judging by the color of your skin, I'm guessing you and Tyrandrum finally had a parting of ways.
Yeah, thankfully. We came upon a certain circumstance that managed to help me out with that.
I'm glad to see you healed. I just wish I had a little notice, but it's good to see you.
Yeah.
She will kneel down to Goldbrand. Thank you for all your help. I don't think any of us would be left if it wasn't for you.
Of course, my dear, I'm just doing my purpose, protect the city of Tears and its people.
By the way, this is our first time meeting, and might I say, thank you for all of you've done, and it is a pleasure to meet such a fantastic creature.
Excellent. You're still not allowed in the ancient fold.
Oh, would you mind if Tyrandrum now accompany you down there?
I do not care where the picture goes. Suppose it is up to Luis or Aria.
Judith comes up and just goes, so he's stuck in this painting now? How does this work? For how long? And
From what I know, the brush until I decide so.
It is quite magnificent.
Judith just takes her notebook and just makes like a few notes about a few things.
You're certain he's sealed, like, permanently?
This is the first time I've ever done something like this. I could, when I have a moment, ask. She pauses for a moment, looking at Aria, thinking, and then she like puts her chin in her fingers. Should I just out with it now? Well, I could just ask who created this thing as she just spins the staff.
Can I ask who? What? That's a beautiful piece you have.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking if it's safe, maybe we could sell it and earn the money to buy off Mr. Mutton Chops.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
You would sell
Especially
my
if you don't
magnum
know if
opus?
Put it in a museum down in Icarus so everybody can enjoy it.
Would honestly prefer if it was secure. I don't want to have any chance of him being able to break out, no matter how minuscule. Granted, knowing where that brush came from, I doubt that is even a possibility, but better safe than sorry.
Maybe you should put it above your throne, Lewis.
Yeah, constant reminder of what I've been doing the past 20 years.
And rubbing salt in the wound for him.
That was my
Mhm.
first thought, but I thought when the peasants come to, make their request that it might kind of send the wrong message.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's not just any regular painting. From the understanding of my brush, he's fully aware of everything. And you can ask him some questions. Only, I think, 2 left, though, since I asked if he was stupid. Feeling stupid.
He's fully aware. She puts her finger up and like what you would tickle something. I don't know. She wants to see if it annoys him. Oh, I do like this.
Lewis, I felt it's only right you get the last 2 questions of the day.
He just looks down at the ground for a moment, just kind of thinking to himself. And again, his eye trails toward Godbrand, and he just closes his eyes before opening it and looking directly at Tyrandrum. What exactly did Icarus do to you for you to start rebelling? We both know better than anybody that the Hollow King is the reason why your memories are the way they are. So what the hell do you think he did to you?
Gave me freedom.
Wait, you telling me Icarus freed you from servitude and that's why you started destroying everything?
To be clear, this is your third question. You only answer one at a time, unfortunately.
Fuck, right.
Well, that is.
Well, he's gonna be stuck in here for a while, so... Yeah, I think the clarification is probably best.
The Hollow King defeated Icarus. Hollow King gave me freedom. No longer will I be a slave to your blood. He's still sentient to an extent, as in it's a magic item and stuff, but the photo stops moving around and freezes, as though he's inactive until his questions return.
Oh.
Well, before you go gallivanting off again, you can leave a list of questions.
Maybe you should figure out if he can be released.
Well, there's only one person to ask. But we'll have to give that some time, or until maybe I can ask him directly.
How much for the painting? I'll start the bid at 10,000.
Oh,
Wow, you guys stopped the dragon. I saw it in my vision, but I'd be coming home to my property.
For someone who cares about it so much, you certainly want much help.
Well, I had my investment would have been more secured if no one was alive, to be honest.
And that's where we see your allegiances lie with the property and not the people. No wonder you are so popular around here.
Well, that's the thing, then my people aren't here. Yours are.
The people of Icarus, the refugees, they are the ones that are here.
Messy game. 10,000. Starting point.
Not for sale.
Alright. 15,000.
Not for sale.
You know what would be
Actually-
priceless though? And Amber like knocks he notches like an arrow pointing at him. How about payback for what you did to my friend?
Alright, everybody. Let's be reasonable creatures.
Sora will raise her hands up and blow her to everyone calm down. I'm not really much interested in gold. However, I'll let you take the painting as long
What?
as you completely relinquish all of your interests at the Valley of Tears.
You had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
Then it's not for sale.
Alright, well, just appraising the property is all.
I'll
Morgan,
praise
don't
your
you-
face. Go
Don't you
ahead.
have anything better to be doing right now? Haven't you seen the upcoming futures? They're changing very quickly.
Too many to know what to believe.
I've seen it.
You can believe you have better shit to do. How about that?
I guess we got off on the wrong side of the Tarask. But listen, it's possible we can come to a mutual agreement with the property.
Had a recent meeting with your lawyers, did you?
Yeah, and the case is favoring me.
It's not what I hear, but do go on.
People only hear what they want to hear.
Just out with it, Morgan.
I'm willing to take over complete dominance of the property at a cut of 90-10.
Why would we ever do that?
The alternative is 100-0.
How about the alternative is I don't take your sideburns?
Assault, battery, killing a noble. You think you can just beat up people whenever you want?
Mainlanders are stupid.
Especially when they're stupid rich. Alright. Thought I came here and see how the folks are doing. Check in with old Judy.
Have a
Let me-
blessed day.
Let me walk with you, Morgan.
What?
Record him.
I can only record for 6 seconds at a time.
And how can I help you, reporter?
As we're walking away, I'm gonna ask him. I was being serious about the upcoming visions that we've been seeing. That I've been seeing. Sorry, you haven't seen them.
Seen a few things. It's always changing. Today was correct, but it could have arrived and nothing could have gone on here.
I think you might be losing your touch.
I don't know. For a long time, I thought you were dead. This is my touch. Scramble. 50-50 half the time.
Maybe there's a way we can work together. At least a partnership.
Get that photograph on hand?
Yes.
And I'll give you a little something. Respect
Really?
for our respective fields. And he
Okay.
shows you a document.
What does the document say?
It's orders for the remaining CI Knights to return to the capital. And that the city will be seized in 90 days by the full strength of the city if necessary.
Oh, is it he wants me to take a photo of this?
So you have a copy. I'm willing to work with you all, but this property I've been paying for 20 years.
Okay. Well,
Regardless of how your feelings, which don't matter in the equation, are, the property will be seized.
this has nothing to do with my feelings. This is more about the rightful owner, and we have ancient records that correlates all the way back to when it actually was who really truthfully owns it.
Well, Icarus was a usurper, if that's who you're referring to. He didn't own it.
That's not who I'm speaking about. So, you can either just let this go and maybe we can work it out. We can give you even a back pay of the last you've been spending the last, you said 20 years?
Not exactly, but something like that.
Okay. Maybe there's a way we can just go ahead and back pay that. Then you're all good. Thank you very much for being a nice keeper of the grounds, which you didn't know that these grounds were really here. And then we can just move on, and we have a civil partnership. So people that I'm aligned with, and I motion back over to my friends, they don't do anything too. What's the word? Too hasty. There's nothing for you to worry about, and we can have a combined effort because what's coming in the future, Morgan, is going to put us all on the brinks of life or death.
Give me a persuasion at disadvantage.
I'm going to use my fucking inspiration.
But you?
Yes.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. Persuasion.
Come on, roll 20.
Mother.
Oh,
Fucker. That's a 15.
But you said you're using inspiration, so you'd have advantage.
Well, he gave me disadvantage.
oh, it was just
Oh,
advantage,
that's right. I'm sorry. My bad.
When he's holding a declaration of 90 days, you know, your argument is good, but he has hard evidence. You have unpresented evidence.
Yeah, so that's an 18.
An 18, okay. He looks at you and he just tells you, maybe. But this is my property. But by a pond and some ducks move in, doesn't become the ducks pond.
It's either that or it's 100-0 on our side. When we show the correct lawmakers the rightful documents that show that this is Lewis's property that dates back way before than what you even know.
Can you present them? I just showed you mine in good faith.
I don't have it on me right now.
You've given me stuff to think about. But this isn't just a paper, this is an order. We'll see, Judith. I respect you. Your friends don't like me. It is what it is. I don't need them to like me. Except for Rio. It's, I think Rio's pretty hot, but you win some, you lose some.
Can I just hold on to the order?
Well, he showed it to you. You just photo it. He didn't give it to you.
I'll say we'll make sure that if you want to deliver an order, it should be an actual paper copy with the appropriate seals intact.
Oh, I wasn't delivering anything. I'm showing you this as a courtesy, professional courtesy.
Got it.
When we come in 90 days, it'll be with an army.
Sounds like a great time. Get some rest, Morgan. You're looking a little sleepy.
Actually, I put on a few pounds. Yeah, he leaves. All right. What are the rest of you doing while that conversation was going, just prior to her returning?
Lewis just has his eyes locked on Tyrandrum's painting. An almost sad expression across his face.
Razine, yeah. Go ahead, Amrut.
Well, what wall are you planning to put all your trauma on?
What was the question again?
What wall are you going to put all your trauma on?
Most likely just keep him in treasury for now. Kept him watch over.
He'll like turn back to seeing Judith walk up. How'd that go? Whatever you did.
Oh, great. He showed me an order that he's going to bring an army here in 90 days. So,
I would.
yeah, well, he currently has every lawful reasoning to believe that this is his. He's been paying taxes on this land for a long time. So,
I have not been able to figure out who he bought it from.
that's probably a big key to the puzzle there.
Indeed, if it wasn't theirs to sell it in the first place, then they're the ones that owe him the money.
I think that maybe there's might be an answer in some of the tomes that were down in the vault, Lewis.
Maybe. At the same time, we do know that the city pretty much disappeared from public consciousness all that time ago. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch to say that maybe they just didn't realize it was claimed. Thought it was unclaimed land nearby Icarus.
In your book, you have it's the history of Sunsdale, and she like opens up her little pack, and there's the book inside. Because in it, I've been able to speak to the Prince of Sundale just through messages. Maybe there's some ways I can find some clues, and I don't know. He's just a kid, but there might be he might know something to help.
Looks like there's more of those things than I thought. Good job.
Yeah.
Well, before it vanishes into a vault I'm never allowed to go into again, what are we naming my piece?
That's your call, right?
How about Tyrant's Fall?
Beautiful.
Do you think we should cover it with a sheet or something?
As much as it hurts my heart, maybe it's for the best for now.
While you guys are talking, Pascal looks at you face and goes, "If we just beat a dragon."
Yeah, it's kind of the people I roll with nowadays.
Holy shit. You're gonna change this world, aren't you? You haven't already.
Yeah, I've done enough changing. I don't need to be famous for anything else.
By the way, I picked up something cool for Jenkins, but Frankie's got it.
Oh, Frankie's here too? Cool. Well, hopefully he's alive.
He said he was certified in the city defense, but then he disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I liked him as my boss so much was because he was kind of a flighty businessman and I can do whatever the hell I want. So that doesn't necessarily translate well in other areas.
You know, Frankie's pretty much family at this point.
Yeah, he's got a good heart.
He sits down in this bush. I know you got to catch up with the affairs of that painting.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just you gotta roll with it. There are so many things that would blow your mind, Paz.
He laughs and he's the rib cage. All right, I'm gonna take 10 here.
Yeah. Take care, Paz. Thank you.
Do
I have to
this.
say, Sora, it's some of your best work.
I certainly think so. I'll need to ask Zabi. And she realizes she says the word out loud. Kind of looks at Doria. It just keeps going. I'll have to ask Zabi what some of the limitations are to it.
Does Zaria know any of these things? I don't know how to play her.
Do you have proficiency in religion?
No, she has a 0 on religion.
Well, you might have heard it passing by, so I'll let you
3
do
on
it.
history.
You can do a check. Well, history works too. Maybe you don't serve him religiously, but you may have, the name might be familiar.
Oof.
I think without him saying Zabimaru, that you just wouldn't put all the pieces together.
Just some another benefactor they found.
Yeah, precisely.
Really good craftsman.
Well, you mean Zabimaru, right?
Well, there you go, Sakura.
Now you're familiar with the name, but not too much of the lore.
I'm glad you guys are still moving up in the world.
Yeah, guess you could call it that.
Ugh.
I am gonna go help take care of the people. I will make sure to have your rooms cleared out or dusted off. Nobody's been in there.
No need to worry for me, Aria. I am going to go reclaim that place that I messed up so long ago with the goats. I want to make it into the Aku family home.
That is a magnificent idea, I will say, as I've asked people to go around and freshen up the different houses. For some reason, that one just keeps being skipped.
Yes, I have a large task ahead of me today. So I bid you all adieu, and I'm going to need a hot bath ready when I return. And she spins the staff onto her shoulder and prepares for the next worst battle of the day. And would put a hand on Phoenix's shoulder as she's walking by. And when the night falls, I would like you to come to the Aku home.
All
I
right,
have
you want?
something special I want to do with you.
Okay, you know what? Jenkins, help her out. He can't smell nothing, so he'll be all right.
Jenkins.
Let us go, Jenkins. We have a house to clean up.
Wait a second, Sora. Looks at Judith. No, I'm on a secret mission, but can I go?
Yeah, of course.
And my muscles are getting so tense. That's why I don't stay in this form. But I also can't willingly move my own eye patch. It's a limiter.
I gotcha. I'll move it to the other side.
He poops down, and for some reason, because he was staying in it so long, he's just a small, muscular man. Whoa! Not a
That is
cat.
epic.
Like a 2 feet tall, super brolic hawk baby. Come on, let's put these muscles to use.
All right. That way to show your game face, Uth. And Sora will take Uth and Jenkins to go clean up that house.
You're just missing a Polly, aren't you?
Well, maybe Polly's had enough of goat shit.
Okay. I'll put us on the overview for now. Lost has been on the overview.
Oh, yeah.
All these same people are not here, but it's on here just while we're hanging out.
Oh God. They have multiplied.
But Aria had pens built for them. They should be contained now.
Yeah,
Mostly.
put them in a little box.
Well, at least the food supply is doing really well.
Oh, dear lords.
Wow.
That's how you jumpstart the food economy. Get some good old goat milk, you know?
City of goats.
Please no.
If anyone has the right to this property, these guys have been here the whole time.
True, true.
That is approximately 2,500 goats.
Yeah.
Gonna have to fight all the goats first. It's gonna be the emu wars all over again.
What if we exactly enact the emu wars on the people coming in 90 days and just least every single goat on them?
Dear Lord.
If every creature becomes a rune warrior, so
Well, I know this was
Oh,
a
no.
very prevalent conversation. Moving on. Eventually, you guys have moved throughout the city as necessary, as whatever you want to do. You do see that the physician has been here. He's been helping Aria out. And Frankie's here as well. But Minerva and Polly, one of those people are on her way back to Mother, and the other one is all Mother. There we go. Knew there was too many people here. So real briefly, what are the rest of you doing? And you're probably not gonna have the opportunity to return to Mother today because you guys will be way too tired.
Oh, yeah. Lewis would walk up to Aria after all the fighting. Do we know the exact pathing Tyrandrum took? I want to try to count up all the sacrifices about the fight.
Yeah, we first found him off the horizon. DM, would it be northwest?
Yeah, sure.
From the northwest, and he came through there. He totally skipped the palace at first. He must have known we weren't in there. Or perhaps he knew the best way to get our attention is to slaughter the innocents that we promised safety to.
Lewis just grips his fist before taking a deep breath. We got anybody looking for the fallen right now?
Yes, I sent a couple of the guards off to double check on everybody. Those no longer stand and make sure if there was anybody still breathing, bring them to the physician. He's been a very good help around here. The refugees, while they've survived disaster and Icarus, not all of them have exactly recuperated, shall we say.
I see. Sorry to undo all the progress you've been doing the past couple days. Unexpected things and all.
Well, I mean, it's to be expected. I mean, hell, if Mr. Mutton Chops is really going to get his hands on this place, then why bother fixing it in the first place? I'm just frustrated. The injustice of it all is not right.
Don't worry, it'll work out. For the time being, gotta try to get Godbrand back into the treasury again. See if I can get her healed up down there. After, you'll be able to find me where you sent the guards. I want to try to have a hand and try to make things right.
It's a wonderful idea. To these people around here, you're just a storybook hero. It'll be nice for them to see you in the flesh. Especially since you're looking so handsome once again.
His expression doesn't really change hearing that. I'm not a hero, and I never will be. I'm just another person around here trying to do a bit of good.
The
And-
people that go around puffing out their chests declaring themselves to be heroes are the ones that are not.
I'll see. Alright. Try to get some rest. And try not to work yourself too hard, alright?
Oh, yes. Sleep well. I will go make sure you and your group have a good meal to eat before you settle in for, I am guessing it's probably a rare night's sleep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anytime, it's been my pleasure.
And he goes off to try to carry Godbrand's body back to the treasury. Hopefully with some help, because he's pretty worse for wear at the moment.
I'll help you. Yeah.
Oh, thank gosh, that is a huge dragon.
See, Phoenix will hold a tail while she flies.
Yeah. Gonna need a lot of people to carry a giant dragon corpse.
Okay. So you guys are up to that. Judith, how are you spending your time?
Judith is back in her room. She doesn't know it, but she's really bummed that she's not there to take a photo of all of them carrying Godbrand back downstairs. But she pulls out the book of the history of Sunsdale or her pal, little Prince Xander. Xander is inside. But before she writes to him, she's gonna pull out her own notebook, and she is going to think a lot about all the stuff that just happened with that Zabimaro had said about Palm, and seeing like the pattern continue with the rest of them, and now she's part of it too. This like unending cycle of this kind of life. So she's going to write in her notebook and say, "You've poured a lot of effort into this life. There's nothing we could ever do to repay you. It's okay to take your rest." And she will cast Sending and send it to Palm.
What are you saying?
So this.
We did see her at the tower, so we are somewhat familiar.
Yeah. I have photos of her multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
They do have the ability to respond, but there's no response.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What does the pile of dust say?
Yeah. It's because it goes to different planes, so I didn't know if it would reach if she was on a whole different plane of whatever, but you know, of a death plane or or wherever she is. But Judith doesn't take that as anything. She just takes it as assumes that message was delivered, no matter what, and hopefully it just gives her a moment of just a little brief moment of rest, at least just the thought of resting. Then Judith will open up the book of the history of Sunsdale and start writing into Prince Xander. And be like, "Hey, buddy, I really need to know. Hope everything's great. I really need to know, if there's any way that you would have any way of knowing of where the ownership papers would have lied, or where they would be, or how, or is there some fun way to know like who really owns this land? Maybe somewhere that your mother, Queen Zendoria, would know of."
The page responds, "I got in this book when I was a child. I didn't know much of the affairs then, and my history stopped ever since."
This is gotcha. So there wasn't like text already in the history of Sunsdale, and then you went in it, because on the pages, right? There's no text on any of the pages. So I just didn't know if that was just like maybe he has access to what was on the pages, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. He just tells you that this wasn't an ideal transition, and it wasn't planned. It was rather sudden. So the book itself was, while infused with magic, was a random book. The title to make sure that it didn't get into the wrong hands. Something that looks normal, something that's not anything too impactful. Maybe a historian picks it up and sees it's empty. It's hard to explain why, but the whole goal was to protect and preserve the life. But he tells you, if she put me in here to protect and preserve my life, this isn't much of life. maybe there's a way to take me out of it.
Yeah. We'll get on that. Thank you, Prince.
Can you tell me some random stuff about the world at least once a day? It's lonely in here.
Yeah. I've definitely been giving him like a few updates and telling him like heroic stories of the others. And she feels like she needs to be busy and keep researching, but she will use this moment to try to bring him a little bit of joy and we'll just tell about the epic battle that was just had. Tyrandrum and Lewis overcoming, and how amazing it is to be a hero. The weight of what's next hangs on everyone's shoulders. Make it sound a little epic at the end.
Reminds me of a heroic story that I was once told. That at the heart of the waterfall, deep within, heroes still rest. Never got to get to the end of that story. You're the best. Oh my God, sleep tight, Prince, and she'll give the book a big hug, and she will close the book, put it in her bag, and run out to find the others. Okay, and as you run out the door, let's see who I haven't gone over individually. Sora, at this point you would get to the property with Jenkins and Oof in tow, and Oof is bragging the whole time. You see these arms? These are real man arms.
Yeah, Uth, you've really worked out, even in your small form. We really need to get you something to complete the look now.
Door locked? Oh, I hope it's locked. I'm lock picker. He motions like breaking down the door with his fist.
Well, let's see. Sora will move up and see if the door's locked.
It is locked. Make way. Make way.
She takes a step to the side,
No.
gesturing.
We can always fix the door. My pride once broken is broken forever. So let me break it. Let me break us in.
You got this, Uth.
He takes a charge. Leaps. His muscles bulging. He looks massive. He slams against the door, but the moment he hits the door, it hits the ground.
Oh no.
Broke everything.
Jenkins will go up with like a screwdriver attachment to take the knob off.
My pride. It's broken.
Oh, well, Uth, you do not have to do any more work. Just please provide the pleasure of your company as I get through this dark hour.
Die. Tell Judith. I love her like a fat kid loves cake.
You're not dying, Uth. Jenkins, could you hit him with the gun?
Phoenix usually tells me to do that is limited resource.
But look at him. He's so needy.
He will pet Oof. Maybe some belly rubs.
Sora takes a big sigh and will, once Jenkins gets the doorknob off, she will unleash whatever is still inside as she pulls open the door. And
You just see a mountain of poop, and then the one goat that Judith talked to in the past is sitting on top of this 9-foot tall mountain, like it's his throne.
Sora takes like a spare rag and will wrap it around her face. Hello, everyone. Time to clear out all this poop. And she will put down the armament for now and take up a big old some form of cleaning instrument, whether a mop or a broom. All right, you are being evicted, King of the Poop.
Let's try.
Phew.
Perhaps we should deliver it to the fields.
That would probably be for the best, Jenkins. You take care of the goat while I get started cleaning here.
Now I'm imagine hilarity Saturday or Sunday morning cartoons of a construct chasing around a goat.
An epic battle between these two individuals. When Jenkins inevitably does return to you, he will be covered in poop and just stamps of the goat's hooves. But he will have captured him eventually.
I'll just give it to it straight when Phoenix sees you. But so Sora will, with the joint effort of Jenkins, do her best to clear out all the poop from this house. If it ever does reach like an element of sanitary completion, she will also be painting on the sides of the building and the markings of the runes that she was first, discovered with, and she will paint the marking of the new era Zabi Maru on one of the flatter walls.
Excellent. And Oof would help you out by giving you guys good tips. No, roll it to the left. Oh, dang, it just made it worse. All right, try the other way. How is this
My
possible?
left or your left?
Yeah, it's your fault, not mine. And you guys clean up the property. But eventually, a few hours would pass. The refugees would be put into proper homes, and Frankie would come find you. Phoenix says, "You're probably with the Animated Knights or something."
Yeah, she's working on those while other people are tending to the wounded people. Phoenix is tending to the wounded knights, animated knights.
So, how's it shaping?
Hey, Frankie. Sorry, I don't know that I'm ever going to make it back to work. These people are really demanding.
As long as you know it's not paid leave. He laughs.
Yeah, she winks at him.
One person's junk is doing just good. Look at this place. You're like royalty, Phoenix. Are you the queen of the city?
No, that's the blondie.
Ah, but if you marry, what was his name? Lucas? You marry Lucas. He's old, I get it, but...
Okay, did you get hit over the head or something by the dragon? Because that ain't happening.
Saying, this could be a nice place for a girl. All right. Anyways, I just managed to get my certificate of city defense. I wanted to prove I could do it. But I'm here now.
Great. Did you tell Aria you were working on that?
Yeah, I gotta talk to Aria. I'm trying to pitch her an argument, right? She could be the caretaker, and I could be a caretaker.
Well, I don't think it matters too much. That other guy, Morgan, he says there's like 90 days on this.
Freeman?
This is his.
Oh no, the douchebag Morgan. Yeah.
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 You got any crazy ideas up there on how to make him not take it?
Listen, unless the guy who owns this property stuffed somewhere in this mountain, it's gonna be a tough battle.
Lewis owns it. We know where he is. He's stuffy, but he's not stuffed.
Well, whatever the case is, I got a gift back, but it's back in Icarus. So I'm gonna go take a fly out there with Pascal, and I'll bring it to you in the morning.
All right, look forward to it.
Leave it to the Knights. Wow, you're putting them back together. Awesome.
Yeah, see if I can turbocharge him a little bit. Nothing little Arcana can't help.
Notice I accidentally made his token bigger. We'll just say he's getting thick in the back when he walks away. Okay, is anyone doing anything else? Just before Judith would probably excitedly gather up all of you, or at least some of you, so that they Sora is the only one off site.
I think Amber would talk to Lewis as they're like probably like right as they're like putting God Brand back and they're leaving.
All right.
I think I was down in the first time. Shit.
What'd you say again? Sorry.
Oh, I just kind of forgot what it was like down here.
Yeah, well, considering I never... Well, you've really never really been down here.
Oh, guess that's true. Hey, how you feeling right now?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. You're kind of feel like you're one of those kind of bastards. You know, like you miss it, don't you?
Hmm. He kind of just like looks up at the roof for a second, and then so double checking with Sora, we would have brought the painting down to the treasury, right?
That was the intent, so sure.
Get it? We can say that we brought it along with us as we were dragging Brad Brand then. He looks over to the painting for a second. Can't exactly say that, considering all the grief he caused me. It's more like... It's not exactly what I was expecting. I thought that when he was taken out of my body that maybe it would be a new start. Not I'd be able to actually be able to do things. But even with him out of my body, feels like nothing's changed. I sure as hell don't miss him, but it's like not much has really moved on.
Yeah, it's kind of empty, right?
In a weird way. Yeah.
All that noise. You didn't love it, but it drove you to do things. I mean, sure, you probably love peace, you fight for it every day, but when you got it in your hands, that silence doesn't feel right. Like it wasn't made for you.
I think you might be projecting a little bit there, Rollins.
Hope so. I'd rather it be just me. I'll, see you up top.
Yeah. See up top. As he's just like doing the minor adjustments to bring Godbrand back to like her original positioning, so that way she's comfortable.
Little to the left.
Yeah. Okay, you'll be all set down here. A lot of work to be done. Then he just turns around, starts heading up to go assist in retrieving the fallen.
Pivot.
Pivot. Sorry.
Yeah, so she gets placed back properly. You were saying you were going where?
To wherever it was reported that Godbrand first showed up. I mean, not Godbrand, Tyrandrum first showed up.
Sure. You're making
And,
you're making your way up there, and you're free to continue. But at this point, Judith, you would spot him leaving the treasury and a few other people in the general vicinity if you want to engage him.
Oh yeah. She comes out, like full head of steam. Lewis, is Amrit there too? Whoever.
I was probably like just like walking away from
Yeah.
him.
Oh, hold on, Amber, hold on. We need to get the others. I think we have an option here, something to at least explore, investigate.
Hmm. All right.
Sure.
I spoke to the prince within the history book. It's the whole thing. But I've been telling him stories about the heroic, endeavors that you guys have all been doing, and he told me that the most recent story reminded him of something that a story that his mother used to tell him. And he said that it was a hero rests at the heart of the waterfall. I think that might be here. This is very, it's a bit of a long stretch, but we have 90 days. Might as well spend some of those days searching these waterfalls to see if we can find the heart of, maybe we can find something else, another clue about who really owns the land.
Isn't water falling like all around this place?
Well, maybe
We
find
are over the mountains.
Okay, maybe just find the most epic one. I didn't say it was gonna be easy.
Sure.
You can,
It is an option.
you can swim. You're good.
Yeah, well, I'll do what I can.
Got it.
She looks to both of them like, I thought there would be a little more excitement here. Like this is kind of big. Do you not? I mean, and maybe I don't know. Maybe I misread this thing. Maybe do you not care for
It's
this
not.
place? I mean, what's happening?
It's not that. It's just a lot of things to take care of right now. We could definitely explore it. I just want to make sure that everybody here is at least somewhat comfortable first. We've been through a lot today.
But it is worth doing.
Indeed.
She just looks to both of them, and like feels like she wants to say something.
What's on your mind?
No, all good, all good.
Judith, we both know what happens when you hold your tongue. After all, I'm the hypocrite in this situation.
I don't know if I hold my tongue that often. It feels a bit weird. I just want to say,
What does?
She will hold up her quill and then she will cast light on it. And there's no pain, nothing. She goes, I've spent my whole life being traumatized about something that happened. Pain every time something happened. And now that doesn't happen. I don't feel that anymore. It's like a whole piece of my whole entire being got, even though it hurt me, it was still me. It was ripped out. And I know that same thing has happened with the two of you.
Wait, so how do you feel now?
If I'm being 100% honest, there's a part of me that still yearns for it. I don't know who I am without it. So
Damn. You see that? Vindification. I thought it was just me.
Wait, what are you talking about here?
Nothing. Keep going.
I know that the two of you just had a big piece of you ripped out as well. And you both look sad as fuck. Is that what's happening? Do you feel this, or am I the only one feeling this?
No. It's not just you.
Why are you smiling?
I don't know, it's not okay, but I'm feeling the exact same thing.
she just like a little range of emotions of like laughing, but still like, oh, okay, okay, Lewis.
I guess if I was to describe it, it'd be closer to disappointment, I guess. Like what I was expecting to happen just didn't. It's not a feeling for sure.
She'll look over to Emrit to see if he says anything to Lewis.
No, he already told me that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You are way too energetic right now.
I'm so sorry.
What did you expect that was going to happen?
I don't know. Just dealing with them for 20 years and then it suddenly disappearing. For whatever reason, those 20 years, I pinned all the blame for what was going on him. And now that he isn't an issue, and started to realize that all those problems weren't him. It was just an excuse I was using for everything I was doing the past 20 years. But it doesn't really matter now. All that matters is that I'm already taking the first steps to try to move on.
And luckily, you still have at least, I don't know, 10 more years of life to figure it all out and regain more happiness?
That sure as hell hope I don't have only 10 years.
Yeah, me too. All right. You guys do whatever you were doing, I guess, and tomorrow I'm happy to go start looking through these waterfalls and caves and stuff, but I know everyone is doing their own thing. And I'm sure Phoenix is going through a very similar thing right now. So, like what we should do for each other is what we should do for Phoenix and Sora, of just being there for each other. We're no longer the trauma crew. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're the maybe kind of over it crew.
She'll go in for a hug, to hug both of them.
Lewis just seems incredibly uncomfortable.
I don't need to hug you, Lewis.
All right. Yeah, maybe you can tell the others too about your plan as well. If Sora's not too tired after doing whatever the fuck she's doing.
That's when you smell Sora coming in. Yes, smell. You don't hear, you don't see.
Lewis just crunches up his nose like,
I'm
Jesus.
back.
Whatever
Hold
shit
on,
she's doing.
hold on.
As she walks in, she's gotten most of the filth off, but there's just, yeah, she got down and dirty today, and not in the fun way.
well, you look like you've been on an adventure.
It's days like this where I wish I did not have a sense of smell, but the Aku family home is done.
Honestly, I think it might be a good thing that you could smell it all after whatever you've been doing.
Can I get that bath now?
Please.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's hope the water's running around here.
We're gonna go diving in some waterfalls and aqueducts.
Oh, then that sounds like a bath right there. Let me come
Oh
on.
no, we
I
shouldn't
think-
hold this off.
I think that's tomorrow. I think. You
Cool.
the bath is numero uno as far as things that need to happen.
It's
Sora,
not that. Booth?
figured it out. I just clenched my butt cheeks really hard. I'm back, baby. You small, muscular cat behind you.
Oh,
Is he covered in poo too?
Yeah, he's like, at first you don't notice, but it's like a mud golem.
oh no.
Oh, she's just gonna be like, oh god, not
All right.
you too, Uth.
All
Was,
right, we'll need to share that bath, Uth.
why does it smell even more potent around him?
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
All right, I'm going. It's not that bad, is it?
Yes.
All right, I'm going.
I'm just glad that I can't record the smell.
Oh, you took a picture of me. That was great. And Sora will take Uth for her and himself to get off all of this.
He walks really slow, by the way, to make sure he keeps his cheeks real clenched really tight.
Uth, you're gonna have a hernia.
Maybe you should just carry me because I can't walk fast like this.
She will just reach down, grab the mud golem, and lift him up, and we'll walk away with him.
Thanks. I'll be honest. Due to the clenching, some of this poo is my own.
We're gonna need at least 2 more baths ready. And say sorry to Phoenix for me.
When you say that, you see Frankie come around the corner. I run a bath. I'm certified. Right this way, folks.
All right, follow him. And Sora will follow Feather Frankie.
All right. And at some point, you guys will meet up with Phoenix. The final puzzle for the information that's missing. And to keep it simple, well, Phoenix, do you feel like having Aria close by in the scene so she's up to speed, or?
Yeah, Rhea could be there. I was gonna say though, Sora had told Phoenix to meet her at the house, so that's where Phoenix was headed after she was done working.
Oh
Can
my
I
God.
Can I be there after the bath? Just so that was
Sure, yeah, you shower, you get there. So we'll say
Yeah.
catch you before you head out. You just
How
go-
about you describe the scene so Phoenix can like take it in and then you approach her from behind, just barely after she got there.
You would see Sora finishing up on some of the paintwork. It went from just a noble house. Now it has her qualities to it. It is definitely Aku in design with the golden designs, and she's like added more plants along the sides and opened up things. There's not like an open door policy, more so like windows are open for people to jump into whenever they want, like monkeys would, kind of defining a home and putting vines around the place.
She stands there looking at it, and she's just got a smile on her face. And in her mind, she's recalling way back in the early days at the university when people would tell you to get off the tables and whatnot. And she would always just be like, be true to who you are. And so she's really proud of you in this moment. But she's also thinking Blondie probably thinks it's ugly.
Eventually, she would get done adding the motifs with the golden markings of Zabi Maru, and would turn and see you there and smile. Ah, there you are.
This is something else. You've outdone yourself.
Well, this is where the Aku family shall live, at least until, I don't know, the next leader decides where the rest of us will go, if there is one.
Do you think this place is ready for Dondo?
Well, probably not, but are anything's ready for Dondo?
Yeah, probably not.
Follow me. There's something the two of us should do.
All right. And I don't know if you noticed, but she still walks slower than everybody, so she actually just barely hovers off the ground thanks to her cloak, so she can keep up with you.
Well, that's good because Sora actually is going up and scaling to the roof of the building.
Ah, it's like a fun game.
kind of using the windowsills to hop between like grasping points until she's up onto the roof itself. And waiting for you are not only Sora, but she's holding 2 lanterns.
What are these for? They look familiar.
Whenever I felt I have lost someone, I would send them a message. When I first thought I lost Amrut, I sent him a lantern. Next day he came back to me. The next time when I lost you, I sent you a lantern, and you came back to me. But that's not the power of these lanterns. That's not their purpose. It is to give freedom to my sorrow, to give my pain to the world. We both lost someone we both cared about in a similar way. As she will set the 2 lanterns down, and you notice on one, it says Vata in her way of writing, and the other one is blank.
I have so many names to put on that, Sora.
There are many names, but these men, they had something special in our hearts. And I want us to get through that together.
You're a gem. You really are. And she will write on it.
She will give you a inkwell and a brush. You can put whatever you want on it, as long as his name is on it. And then we will say something dear to us to them. And then we will let the lanterns go.
Out of character, Monty and Mom both start very similarly. So, I mean, she does the M and she does the O as she pauses for a moment. And then she finishes it off with NTY. And she hands you the quill back.
All right. She will light this small candle underneath both of the lanterns. And holding hers and letting you hold his, she says, looking at it, "You were my first love. So brave, so passionate, mysterious a lot of the time. You didn't speak much, but every word it carried so much weight. I will always carry your memories with me, the feelings that come with them, as I will continue to carry your legacy with me. May the winds guide you to me again someday." And she will lift the lantern up and just let it float up into the sky.
Phoenix hesitates at first, but then she looks at you and she looks back at the lantern. In you, I saw what I could be. When I was able to make your life better, it made me feel more alive. And now I have to be alive without that. But while you always strove to keep those around you safe, I shall carry that flavor with me as well. May the winds guide you back to me. And she lifts her hand up to let it float off.
Sora will wrap an arm around you and just come to sit down on the roof with you. And just share in your company, giving it a long moment.
Your shoulder probably gets a little damp. And then after a little bit, just before it gets too awkward, she'll be like, You know, the point of view up here is really different compared to where my eyes usually are. I kind of like it.
I like it too, to be honest.
I grew up with 3 brothers. It's really kind of neat having a sister for a change.
Me as well. It was a change to have so many of you at once. But I would not trade this family for anything, and I would fight to the death for it any day.
Yeah, families like that.
I was thinking, Phoenix, if we really go through with what the Zions asked of us, everyone that was captured on the moon would become a rune warrior too.
Yeah, one's been on my mind a lot. Please don't tell anybody else. Judith, bless her heart, has a hard time keeping secrets. But when we were at Mother Nature's place, turns out my mom's on that moon.
She is?
Yeah, as long as that wise woman isn't lying to me, which I don't think she is. I confess, after everything that happened with Edgar's, like I was just out here to clear my name and die a hero, because they all want me dead anyway. At least me controlling how it happens and doing it with honor is like the least I could do, but now my mind's not really in the game. I want to save this place just so I can get on with it and see if I can save her. And maybe she'll be able to save herself.
It would give her a fighting chance until we could go and save her ourselves.
Yeah, I don't know, but I guess it just goes to show you never know.
Your family is my family, Phoenix, and she is my mother too. So
Oh.
I
Go ahead.
so I will do everything in my power, okay?
I appreciate that. Just be careful. Not all of my family is people you actually want around. In fact, I'm really surprised. My auntie's amazing, but I'm really surprised Vincent. I haven't run into him yet.
I know you harbor so much anger and resentment.
It's disappointment, honestly. The boy is smart as can be. He just never did anything with himself.
Maybe he could just never find himself to live up to your expectations.
Yeah. Truth is, I haven't given him much thought lately. My mind's been elsewhere.
I just do not want to see you like you were before, where when we were taught by Clamdor, you wore your hatred on your sleeve, and you lost yourself to it quite a couple times.
Yeah, maybe. I think it was hurt. I'm not so sure it was hatred, it was hurt.
It is a path among many titles, but I want to impart with you a saying I'm going to try and push with my clan. Forgiveness can be one of the most powerful weapons you can wield.
Now you know Dando's gonna be looking for like daggers or something, right?
I understand, but he is the warrior, not the thinker. I will continue trying with him. That is my own adventure, shall we say.
And I look forward to seeing it.
Tomorrow, I think the group has a plan to maybe secure this place for good. Wanna go waterfall jumping?
Oh, that sounds like fun.
We'll get up bright and early tomorrow. Judith is very excited about it.
She gets yeah, that's good. If she's excited about it, then something's important.
Oh, does Jenkins come with a self-cleaning device?
That's on my list, but it's kind of low because like the medical gun and the repair and the big drill thing, that all seemed more important. Why do you ask?
He is cringing so hard right now. Uh, so I needed help cleaning this place like you asked him to.
Oh yeah, you guys did a good job. I can barely smell anything.
And I would figure as soon as you say that, that's when Jenkins is approaching.
She is not the best actor, so you can tell she's not trying to pass it off as legit either, but she's pretending to be bothered. Oh my goodness, what did you do to my robot?
Well, it was more so wrestling Uth out of the mess.
Oh man, don't worry about it. He is water resistant, so maybe we'll have him go stand in one of those waterfalls.
Mm-hmm. If you want, you can stay the night. Again, you have your own room at the castle, but I essentially have a whole house.
I like that.
Alright, pick any room you want. They're all clean. I had to throw out most of the furniture, but there's still a couple beds left.
Sounds good. She will come down off the ceiling.
And Sora will kind of do this little maneuver where she just kick feet first in through a window into one of the rooms, and we'll pick a bed to sleep in.
And as you guys retreat into the house, lurking really close to you guys, but I believe your passive perception is 16, Sora, or did it get better?
16, yeah.
Okay, that was not enough. Lurking next to you guys, watching the entire exchange hidden in the tree, is Vidcon.
Ah,
And he sits in a tree, and a tear runs down his golden eyes. And he's got a photography of Laszlo. I miss you, Phoenix. And you, little brother. And he slides down from the tree and retreats. Just walks off in the distance.
breaking my heart. Falcon.
Another note, and to bring us to the close of the session, backtracking a tiny bit, Judah, if you would share the news with Phoenix, reiterating some of the stuff you said of the Hard Waterfall. You can have that scene, and then we'll close out shortly after.
Oh. Okay. I guess would it be like in the morning? Because Sora already kind of told her, and she's staying the night there.
Oh yeah, she should tell her. I guess in the morning, if everyone's in agreement, where Lewis knocks on the door with all of you in tow. Does it sound like a plan so that everyone's there, or would you have gone alone, Judy?
Yeah, I would have. I'm in full blown like go get him mode, so I would have. Or she would have gotten Amrit and Lewis ready, and
Say, if you tell Aria, she's going to be just as excited as you are.
oh yeah, I'll get Aria involved.
So all of you meet up at Sora's house. And I'll ask you your last lines of the night, and then we'll start this potential waterfall chasing adventure next week. We're gonna have to double dip you there, Phoenix. So we'll start with Aria, and then I'll come to Phoenix at a later point. What is Aria's final thoughts on what they're about to undertake today and position in the matter?
She is excited about the possibilities because she's been talking to her patron just hoping that some answer would present itself. And even though there doesn't seem to be much evidence for it, it is exciting, and because usually answers come from the most unsuspecting of places. So she will wish everybody the best of luck, and she's there more to hear what they're going to do, and she will want to send guards to keep a lookout for Mutton Chops, as she calls him, and make sure nothing is stopping them from what they're setting off to do.
Excellent. Amrit, same thing.
Amrit is ready to go. He's ready to help out. He's probably, well, I guess he is like the best swimmer. He's like the Aquaman of the group. So, he's got his goggles. No, he doesn't have goggles. But yeah, he's looking forward to the day.
Okay. Lewis will come. We'll close out with you since you're back in the City of Tears and Tyrandrum has surrounded your character so heavily. Judith.
All right, Judith is she slept. She didn't trance. Like what she was saying before, like still, holding on a bit. But she still wakes up ready to go, energized. She writes in the book and asks if the prince could tell her more about the story. And you can, if you want, whatever he says, if you want to just tell me later, that's cool. I'll read it to the party later on.
Sure.
But then she'll also, as she's like rushing and getting everything going, she's like thinking about everybody and kind of like what they're going through. She feels like she has a lot of like unsaid words to talk to Phoenix about, and so that needs to be, she's been putting that off and needs to not put that off anymore. But the thing that kind of threw her a little bit was seeing, she's known Amrit pretty much the longest and for the most time, because during that year break he hung around, and during that whole time that was probably the most genuine, free coming smile that he's ever had. And that makes her happy, because even though she's still trying to hold on to some trauma, it's great to see Amrit get some reprieve. And then she will continue on.
Excellent. Sora.
Once everyone arrives in the morning, comes to collect Sora and Phoenix, they would see that the house is done, and it's in these beautiful designs, and Aria can say whatever she wants, but it's my house, so it's whatever. But as soon as they come and knock on the door, it just opens, and Sora has the staff against her shoulder, and she is just beaming from ear to ear. So, are we waterfall jumping today? Can I go first? And she is ready to go.
It's certainly one of a kind. Phoenix.
I'll be damned. Frankie said something just like not even thinking about if the owner of this place is closed up somewhere within it. I swear, sometimes. Nope, I'm ready to go. Let's go find this person.
You ain't ready to go nowheres. Remember I told you to meet me in the morning?
Oh, hi, Frankie. Sorry. I got breakfast with the boss first, guys.
I'll make it quick, ladies and gentlemen. I came here with a certificate today, Phoenix, but I decided I'd keep that because I like being certified. Instead, I'll give you this pack. He walks up to you and he gives you this big just box All right, you remember the gun I gave you?
Yeah, I got it installed in Jenkins.
This will refill it completely twice.
What? No way.
You betcha.
You're the best, Freaky. And she hugs him.
He smiles. What we do for family.
Look out for each other.
And then he looks to the rest of you. And y'all bring her back in one piece now. You're gonna be pissed.
I mean,
Yeah,
unless you want to go waterfall jumping with us.
I
You're a
am.
certified diver, are you right?
I mean, of course, but catch you later, kids. Have fun. Frankie leaves. Now that I've done hijacking, is there anything else for your scene, Phoenix?
Nah, she's good.
And then last but not least, Lewis, close us out.
All right. Leading up to the morning where everybody meets up, Lewis would have went out to anywhere that Tyrandrum would have shown up and caused chaos. And personally had helped try to identify all the bodies, the families that they belong to, and make proper apologies. Listening entirely to whatever the families would have wanted, hear their requests on what could be done to make things right. All with just the demeanor of sheer apology and wanting to do good. Going through that whole process would have trained him quite a bit, reasonably. And after going through that, he meets up with Aria and asks the general state of things, asking like what's the general meals looking like for everybody, their basic housing and such. And whatever the absolute lowest of that is what Lewis would live his life like while within the city. Regardless of whether he has a room or not, if there were people that were living out in the streets for the time being while housing was being made, he would also take that stance and live the most basic of a life as he can, just out of sheer fairness. Before waking up in the morning, most likely not in the best of physical states right now, because probably a less than comfortable living situation, which he's completely fine with, and makes his way into the building, just rolling his shoulders, hearing of the mission. All right, let's get some shit done.
To include today's episode. All right, everybody. I hope you had fun playing Phantoms of the Past, episode 46, or is it 47? I'll never get that down. In any case, everybody say goodbye to the stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye.
See ya.
Catch you next week. You know the time, you know the place. It's your boy Falcon. I'm flying out.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in. Our victory's in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war.